know I told you last week that we would be in Death Valley, but we decided that we had way too much Sequoia National Park footage to not make a week's worth of video about Sequoia and the largest trees on Earth. So that's what we're gonna do today, and Cory is also gonna get really raw on a limiting belief that he held for the first 50 years of his life. But what I really can't wait to share with you is what is going on right now. It has been an incredibly non-glamorous van life couple of days. That sound is because I am living at a gas station right now. Cory and I are here for an undetermined amount of time, but it has just been an event after an event after an event, and more on that in probably 3 weeks because we've got at least 2 weeks worth of footage for Death Valley. But for today, let's go visit the largest trees on Earth.
It was wanting to have the nice vacations for my family and wanting to have the nice stuff for my family and accumulating, having the job that gave me the identity, all of those things that society kind of stamped on me and programmed me from a young age.
And so there's like a literal digging
but
out
not
process.
Just stuff.
No,
right?
no, accumulation of IP,
of ideas, thoughts,
accumulation of Facebook friends, or accumulation of photos and videos and digital assets and documents, and like there's
so much weight and clutter.
Yeah.
That trying to cut through it and get back to just the foundation of what's true for you,
what's nurturing and feeding,
right,
and
what's lifting you up and feeding your soul, like getting back to that point and then moving forward from there, that takes a lot of work.
We're just making our way into Sequoia National Park. We're climbing into the foothills. A lot of the taller trees are all up at that higher altitude, so we're headed to see the grove of some of the oldest and tallest trees in the world. Can you imagine being here when this fell? Oh my, it must have been an earthquake when this thing hit the ground.
This tree looks like it's taking a step and getting ready to take another one. Like it's got 2 big feet. We are in Giant Trees Grove, and 3 out of 4 giant sequoias in the world all grow right here. This is the footprint of the largest tree on Earth, the General Sherman tree. It's 36.5 feet in diameter. This is General Sherman. General Sherman is the largest tree on Earth by volume. It's 52,000 cubic feet of sequoia wood. The bark is 2 feet thick, and it holds enough water that you could take a bath every single day with a full bathtub for 27 years before you ran out of the water that's inside that tree right now. It's the largest on Earth. It's General Sherman. Sequoias only grow between 5,000 feet and 7,000 feet on the western slopes of the Sierra Nevada mountains. So we're hiking at altitude, and dude, it is cold.
I have benefited immensely from your brave decision to trust in a power bigger than ourselves and leap into the unknown. You are lovable and you are valuable because of your mind and your heart, not because of what you do.
Yeah, that's an interesting lie that I told myself for a really long time. We all have struggles in our past that shape who we are. And I can put my finger on struggles that I had when I was
2 years old, when I was 6 years old, when I was 11 years old, and see how it reinforced that lie in my head over and over and over again, that I was valuable because of my ability to perform, my ability to provide, my ability to fix things, to build things. It could be the reason that I refined so many different skills throughout my life. I've been called a Renaissance man, you know, a person who can do all of these different things with great skill. That blessing probably came out of the lie that I was telling myself that was my value. That lie shattered for me. And I realized that I was telling myself a story about myself that wasn't true. And it was limiting my ability to fully live every moment of my life. I was smacking my head against this glass ceiling, and I'm sitting below it looking up at what my imagination tells me life can be, but I would not allow myself to get there because I just kept hitting this ceiling of my own identity, and it crippled me. It's what she was made for, baby.
Where are you headed?
We're headed to the Boole Tree, but this is not in the national park. This is in the national forest, and this is a steep four-wheel drive road. And we're pulling 5 tons of van up it. Wow. Good girl. Oh, well, that's nice. For all the people that come down this road, they put in a bathroom for us. That's really kind. We're there, baby. We made it.
Did we lose anything?
We're gonna find out. Well, the toaster relocated. Not one of our bananas is still in the hammock. It's, yeah, a little messy under the table. We lost some stuff. Here's the good news. All the pillows are still where they're supposed to be.
What are they doing? This is how we diagnose our sounds now. What does it sound like, baby?
What's that?
What does it sound like?
It sounds like it's like all this juicy, geary metal stuff going on. You know how to spot a sequoia? It's
all about that girth,
Look at how fat that tree is at the top. This is the largest tree in any national forest on Earth. Now, we already saw the General Sherman tree, which is in a national park, and that is the largest tree on Earth overall. But in any national forest, this is it, the Boole Tree. Now, it's called the Boole Tree because back in the late 1800s, when they had no chainsaws and everyone was using big two-man saws, they logged this entire valley and cut down every other giant sequoia in the area. But when the superintendent of the logging company saw this tree, he said, "This is too magnificent. This one we're going to save." And it's the only giant sequoia in this entire area. That superintendent's last name was Boole. Now, we had to hike quite a ways to get back to this tree. As you can see, there aren't a million people around. It's just out in the middle of the forest all by itself. And oh my gosh, is it magnificent. You walk up to it and the presence of this tree is just unparalleled. So these are younger sequoias that have sprung up. You can tell by just how papery the bark is.
These younger sequoias have sprung up in the past 100 years since this was logged, and these will eventually become that.
We woke up this morning and first time this season, snow's on the ground. So of course, Elizabeth, who is allergic to cold, said, time to head south. We're up here in Sequoia National Park and some of these passes are over 5,000 feet. So just letting the road kind of melt out a little bit here in the morning before we head back up into the park.
Actually, took another look at my power steering company.
Oh yeah, we're doing that. It's like climbing to a Tibetan monastery. Whew.
Hello, girl.
More stairs. More stairs. More stairs. Hey, guess what? More stairs. So this is the top of Moro Rock. We are very high, 7,000 feet or so. And the sun just set. Clouds are gorgeous. If you look off in the distance, like way out there, I don't know if you can see it, there's an outline of Mount Whitney. It's the highest mountain in the continuous United States. And you can see this way. The sun just went down. So I'm gonna head out of here. This is what you call a true mountain traffic. When this stump was cut down, it was shipped in pieces to the 1893 Chicago World's Fair to be re-erected. But people thought it was a hoax. They didn't think a tree this big could exist. That's why this is called the Chicago Stump. It was 3,200 years old when it was cut down.
Okay, so that's it for this week, but we will see you guys again next week in Death Valley, one of the most dynamic places on Earth. It is the hottest. It is the biggest national park that we have in the United States. It has the lowest point in the world, and 80 miles outside of the park, it has the highest peak in the United States, and there is a spot in the park where you can see the highest and the lowest. That's a lot of ESTs. It is just intense. I can't wait to share it with you guys.